Good morning, everyone. All right, before I get really into anything, like usual, no topic for the morning stream here. So we are just going to chit chat all day. Oh, not all day, but I guess for the next hour about anything you guys have in specific. But before we do that, let me say good morning to the people who are already here. We've got Kevin in the house, Jesse James, Select Pet, Hat Trick Farm, who's a new sub to the channel. Let's see who else we've got in here. We got Well Done Tanks, of course, moderating for us. Same with Select Pets moderating as well. Dragon Lair, good morning. We've got Andre, good morning to you. Jim Foolery, good morning to you too. Rodders 1203, good to see you. Andre says it's good morning / after, or good morning here. Rodders says the same thing. So pretty cool. Hello from Seal Beach from Jim Foolery. Good to see you, bud. Glad you made it in. Vince Crupton, good morning to you. Of course, we've got our cup of coffee here. So we're going to be drinking this during the stream. I am pretty dang tired today. Guppy Boy, good morning to you. Geo Aquatics, good morning. Oh, we got a lot of people in this morning. We've got 15 people hanging out with us already. Which is really awesome. I appreciate every single one of you guys coming and hanging out on this beautiful Sunday morning. Let's just talk about some random stuff, go through some questions if you guys have any. Looks like a couple of people in the chat this morning said they were moving some fish out to their ponds, which is really awesome. I am still working on mine. I just have to finish digging the hole, which I don't like doing, so it's taking a lot longer than normal. Which is fine, all good things take time. Dragon Lair says, I put my Montezuma swords in the pond Friday. Hopefully they're okay because I can't see them in that big pool. They're 2-inch juveniles. I'm sure they're doing great. Those are a pretty hardy swordtail. Let's see what else we got. Well Done Tank says, drinking out of a new cup, I see. Yep, I've got the Aquarium Co-op mug now. I ordered this with a bunch of my other stuff, and I think I did the unboxing video last week where this mug came in. So very, very good mug. I kind of like a bigger mug. This is kind of just your small standard mug, but it's still a good one. Hat Trick Farm says, I just got another cup. Yeah, no, that's definitely might be a thing this morning after the stream's done. I'll probably have to get up and go get another cup for sure. Valley Fish, good morning. Andre, how have the Endlers been? The Endlers are doing great. They are sitting down in the second tank over here, and they are doing awesome. They haven't had any issues at all. Otter Creek did an incredible job breeding them and growing them up healthy. So I'm super excited to have them. Hopefully I can get some fry soon. One of the females looks like she's pretty large, so we'll see how that goes. But we've got quite a couple new fish in the fish room here too. So in this first tank here, we actually have a pair of Apistogrammas fire reds, and then in the last tank on the bottom rack, we also have a pair of like snow white deltas, which is really, really cool. And then on the other side, we've got a couple new things, and videos will be coming out on those. So I don't really want to say much on them, just because there will be a video on them. But I did get some stuff from HC Aqua and from Wild Fish Tanks. So I am super excited to put those videos out. Both incredible people. Very, very excited to have some of their raised animals in the fish room here. So the video should be coming out hopefully. I think the Wild Fish Tanks one I'm going to put out probably Wednesday, and then the HC Aqua will probably be that following Wednesday, just because I am at this point 100% full. I am to capacity. I have no more open tanks. I moved some tanks around yesterday to potentially give myself some more space, so I don't have to go buy anything else. Since there's no dollar per gallon sale right now, I don't want to be spending that full price for fish tanks, and there aren't really any used ones on the market in Utah right now, which is really like that are good size. I don't want to spend, you know, $30 on a 10-gallon with all the, you know, horrible plastic plants and stuff. So we're just going to wait on a couple, but I did officially tear down the entire betta barracks. So let me see if I can turn the camera here so you guys can see this. But the betta barracks are gone, officially gone. There's nothing here anymore. So last night in the Think Tank message board, which is Trent over at Well Done Tanks and Michael Pohl over at Bay Area Aquatics, I was kind of throwing some ideas at them, seeing what they thought. And my thought is to go with 40 gallons on this rack. The 40-gallon fish tank actually fits perfectly on the rims of the shelves. So I really won't have to do any extra support, which is awesome. So I'm probably going to end up doing like maybe 2 40s and maybe one of the 20 longs or a 29. Have not decided yet on the tank sizes or what fish are going in here, but this in the future will be the CARES rack. So I'm super, super excited about that. So when that gets closer and everything, of course, I will let everybody know what we're doing in that as well. And if you guys have any like recommendations for CARES species of fish, please throw them up in the chat. Right now, I am really, really, really attracted to getting the rainbow fish, like the pom-pom rainbows, as some people call them. Those are just a gorgeous, gorgeous fish. I like nano fish. I am a very big fan of nano fish. So that's a potential. There's a lot of really, I don't know, what like, my cat is up on my shelf behind all my fish food right now. I'm sorry, that was crazy. So yeah, there's quite a few species of fish that I'm looking at, but I really want to do CARES fish. I think that's just an awesome cause. And I'm really excited to potentially start keeping some of those. So it looks like we've got quite a few things going on in the chat here. So let me get to those now and quit my rambling. Well Done Tank says, what are your thoughts on platy fish? Found a new strain I am trying to get in. I actually love platies. I think they're an incredible, incredible fish. The other thing that I've got to go get my cat off of this rack before she eats all my stuff. So hold on, I'm just going to mute this and then I'll be right back in 1 second. Hold on a second. Oh my gosh, cats. She was trying to eat the aquarium co-op fry food that I had in a Ziploc because my dog decided to eat one of the bottles. So I'm a really big fan of platies. The big reason why I am a fan of platies is because you can put a platy in a tank with a guppy and you're not worried about any crossbreeding. Where with a molly, you can potentially get a muppy, which is a molly guppy mix. They will not breed after that because they're a sterile species once they are born. But I really like the platies if you want to do like a community tank with guppies and just not have any issues with breeding processes. But I have a lot of platies. I've got, you know, the orange wag platies. I've got salt and pepper platies in the tank behind me. I've got the southern rainbow platy, which is also called the Variatus platy. And then I've got some really cool ones up in one of these tanks up top here that I am working on. They were a drop out of the orange wags, but they are really, really cool. They are a solid orange platy, so there's no other colorations to them. They look like kind of like goldfish, which is really awesome. So I've got those separated from the rest of them, and I'm going to try to breed those and see if I can get a solid orange platy out of those, which would be really cool. So that's one of my things. But yes, Trent, I do like platies. I think they are awesome. Well Done Tank says, Select Pet, there is only one of these mugs in existence right now. Wife is working on perfecting the color before she wants me to offer them. So I'm guessing he is talking about his own mug. And then Guppy Guru needs a mug. I potentially will at some point, but not right now. I kind of like just using other people's mugs. It's really awesome. Well Done Tank says, sent some mystery snails and Japanese trapdoor snails out to HC Aqua last week. Yeah, HC Aqua is an awesome guy. Really, really, really cool. Fish room. If you guys haven't checked him out, definitely do so. He's out in Hawaii, and all of his fish tanks are actually outside. So he breeds everything outside. Got lots of tubs. Really, really good information from him. Select Pet says, well done. I like platies and all Xenophorus as well. Xiphophonus. I can never pronounce Latin names. Yeah, they are awesome. I really like live bearers in all ways. Let's see what else we've got in the chat. Select Pet said, I just found out Pet Supplies Plus is having $1 per gallon sale right now. If you have any of those nearby. I do not have any of those nearby. Unfortunately, they're not really on the West Coast very much. So that's unfortunate for me, but awesome for you that you can get those $1 per gallons. Select Pet says, Xiphophorus, that's the platy and swordtail genus. Yeah, so that's an awesome live bear strain of fish. Definitely go and look into those if you're really interested in them. Marlin Chaser, good to see you. Have to get to church I'll have to catch up later. 40-gallon breeders are a great size. Gives you lots of options. Have a great day, everyone. Have a great day too, Marlon. Good luck at church. Sing some good hymns for me if that's what you guys do at your church, or just send a little prayer out to the country right now for everything that's going on. I think everyone needs it. Jim Foolery, planning to start a new setup this morning, but binge watch season 11 Doctor Who instead. Never knew a Dalek is actually a squid. Get one of those. Yeah, no, I like Doctor Who as well. I've watched all the seasons up to like the most recent ones. So really, really cool that you're binge watching those. But yes, I do the same thing. I get stuck in something and then I'm kind of in it for a really, really long time. Vince said, my 3-gallon tank turned milky white after I did a water change. The ammonia is high. What did I do wrong? My mystery snail and Cory cat seem to be fine. So Vince, more than likely that is actually a bacterial bloom. So if you have a high ammonia, what you can definitely do is just get some like Seachem stability or some more beneficial bacteria in a bottle, something like that API Quick Start. Because what's happening is your tank just isn't cycled enough. So more than likely, your tank wasn't cycled long enough, and then when you did your water change, you kind of eradicated some of those new bacteria in the tank, and then they're blooming again. So you just need to seed some stuff to get that tank. But if you do that, I really like Seachem stability. So all these tanks on this rack here on the top shelf, those were all new, fresh tanks. I put the water in and I just kept adding Seachem stability every day. And they did great. I had bacterial blooms, but the ammonia and everything never went up. And now they are perfect. So that's more than likely what's going on, Vince. So hopefully that helps out. Down the wormhole, good to see you. She's got her stream after mine at 10 a.m. Mountain Time, 9 Pacific, and 12 Eastern. So if you guys want to go over and check hers out, please do so. Streetwise, good morning to you. Sharon, good to see you. Got all the people in the house this morning. We got 22 people watching. Oh my goodness. Wow, I think that's the most we've ever had watching. So I appreciate all of you guys. That is really, really cool. Sharon says, I love platies. I have a tank full of them. So many pretty colors. Yes, platies are awesome. They definitely throw some awesome colors. I really like the salt and pepper platies. So my salt and pepper platies, I actually mixed them with the sunset platy. So I actually have gold salt and peppers, which is really cool. So I'm going to maybe try to breed those and see if I can turn them into like a gold nugget platy. So we'll see though. Select Pet says, male guppy and platies will try to breed with one another sometimes, but it doesn't take. Male guppies seem to try to breed with anything they can. Exactly, Select Pet, that is for sure. But if you throw a molly in there, they will breed. So you got to be aware of that. Jesse James says here, all is well. New little ones are fine. Second time I'm a guppy dad. Awesome, Jesse. That's really cool. Let's see. Down the wormhole says, I can't even get used tanks for $1 per gallon up here. I am so sorry. So sorry, Dia. Yeah, Petco is definitely awesome when it comes to the $1 per gallon sale for sure. Pamela, good morning to you. And yes, of course, good morning to the fish family, of course. Rodder says, yeah, we don't get tanks like that up here in the UK either. Yeah, I feel like the US has some of those things that is just like absolutely crazy pricing. And the $1 per gallon sale is so great. Almost every tank in this fish room is bought off the $1 per gallon sale. Or I bought them on, like, I hate to say this, but I've got a couple tanks off the Walmart website because I needed them and they were $12 shipped. So I thought I would just get them. We only had one break in shipping. I'm just not a huge fan of Walmart, but the price is really good, and so therefore I bought them. Fish Room Fever, good morning, buddy. Good to see you. And no, he is not here if anyone's asking. Let's see. Streetwise is saying, good morning, everyone. Brandon Hart, good to see you. Or Braden, sorry, Braden Hart. Braden's bought a bunch of stuff from the website. He's got a lot of really cool species of some guppies and some of the bettas and all sorts of stuff. So Jesse James says, the new tank costs 75 euros. I can play with the light. So yeah, I would just, yeah, that's awesome, man. 75 euros. So that would be what, $83 US, somewhere around there. That's not bad. Let's see here. Sharon says, I think Petco will have the $1 per gallon sale in July. If they have it in July, I am getting more tanks. That is for sure, Sharon. So right behind me right now, I've got 2 10 gallons that I took out of my bedroom. Those 2 10 gallons were housing the pea puffers and the gold topsword guppies. But I ended up moving my pea puffers into my 75 gallon community tank, and they are doing awesome. They absolutely love it. We may be able to see them somewhere, but they are so small that it is hard to find them. But they're doing great in there. They love it. And they are kind of helping with the ram's horn explosion in that tank. But I was having a hard time with an algae bloom in the bedroom. I would do all my stuff. I'd follow all my parameters. Everything was perfect all the time. And yet the algae would just come back with a vengeance every single time. So I ended up breaking down both of those 10 gallons. And then I purchased a 30 gallon from Well Done Tanks. Excuse me. And it's an all-in-one. It was used for saltwater, and I am turning it into freshwater, and that is now in the place of those 2 10s. So now I have 1 30 gallon in the bedroom. I'm not sure what I'm going to stock it with yet, but there's a really cool video that I am working on for said tank. So hopefully when that kind of gets closer and I've got some more time, I will be putting that out. But I think it is going to be awesome. I think you guys will love it. Hopefully you guys love it. But I'm really excited about it. I've been planning it. Trent knows I've been planning this video for about a year. So it's a big one. So hopefully it goes as well as I want it to. Well Done Tank says, looks like I will be getting more tanks in July as well. Yes, Trent, you definitely will. If you guys have not checked out Well Done Tanks, Trent, please put the link for your channel in the chat here. He is building a fish room at the moment, and he made a big decision this last week to get rid of his 220 acrylic tank and his Maboo puffer. So if anyone in the chat wants a Maboo puffer and feels like they can house it and has the tank size for it, Trent does have one that he is trying to rehome to a good place. He is trying to sell it though, not rehome it. So if anyone really wants to do that, reach out to Well Done Tanks. But his Mubu puffer, I think, is about 2 years old now, if I remember correctly, Trent. You can quote me on that. But awesome fish. He just wants to focus more like on what my setup is on the breeding of fish. So he is going for a lot of rice fish. And that 220 took up almost half of his fish room. So he's got so much more space now and a lot more open places for more fish. So go give it a watch, show him some love, and maybe we can get the Mubu somewhere, close by. Fish Room Fever says, I need $1 per square foot sale so I can have more room for more tanks. Yeah, that would be awesome if we could get a house for $1 per square foot. Definitely. If I could get like a 5,000 square foot house for $5,000, I would take the whole basement and turn it into a fish room. But then I'd be broke, so it'd be fine. Dragon Lair, we don't have a pet supermarket here, but they're doing $1 per gallon sale. Oh, cool. Yeah, so I know pet supermarkets down kind of closer in like the southeast area of the country. We don't have any of those over here in the West Coast. Pretty much all we have over here is PetSmart and Petco as far as the big chain stores go. Jim Foolery says, pea puffer is my next fish. I'm having a bladder snail explosion. Yeah, no, they will. They'll eradicate those bladder snails pretty dang quick. I really do like them. I just was having kind of like the way that Michael Pohl over at Barry Aquatics was having an issue. I was having an issue with having a whole 10-gallon associated just to them. They do hide a lot. They're very small, but they are doing awesome in the 75. And they kind of match the like naturalistic tone that I was going for in the tank behind me. Pretty much every fish in there is kind of the natural colors, the browns and the blacks and the tans. So that's kind of what the pea puffers fit into, and I really like that choice to move them in there. Chevy Fish, good morning. Lance Jones, good morning to you too. So Trent put his link to his channel in the chat. So if you guys want to go give him a check out, I'm sure you already have, but he is an awesome guy. He lives local here, and we are great friends. Select Pet says, might be able to get a house in Detroit for $1 per square foot. Yeah, I'm sure you could. Not really wanting to do much of that right now, though. Jesse James says, got an empty pool pond, so got some more fish ideas. Oh, nice. That's really awesome, Jesse. Hopefully you put something cool in there. Don't go too big. Go small where you can actually bring them back in in the winter if you are in a climate that needs to be brought back in. So Hat Trick Farm says, I'm waiting for the sale too. I need a 40-gallon breeder and a 55. Yeah, I think the $1 per gallon sale goes up to 55 if I remember correctly. But still, it is an awesome deal. It really can't be beat as far as pricing goes, because even like a used tank, you can't really get that for that price. Well done, Tank says, Guppy Guru, you were a huge part in planning the new fish room expansion. Yeah, I don't know if I'd say huge part. I would say like I just rephrased what you were saying in order for you to hear it in a different way, because I knew what you wanted to do, and I'm just glad that you're happy with the decision you made, because I think it is an awesome one. I think you're definitely going to get a lot of joy out of having so many different species. It's just awesome. So Guppy Boy says, how long do guppy fries take to grow? I forget, I haven't had fry in months. So it really depends, Guppy Boy, on how much food you're feeding, how hot the water is, water quality, the species, or not the species, but the strain. There are so many variables that kind of go into there, but more than likely you're going to look at 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 months for them to get to where they can actually breed. But some will go quicker and some will take longer. But that's usually about the time frame. But you never know. So if you feed really good, high quality foods, they may grow quicker and they may hit that 2-month, but more than likely you're looking at the 3 to 4 month range for them to get to sexual maturity. Let's see. Select Pet says Petco $1 per gallon sale varies by location. Here they go to 29 and above. That is 50% off. Oh, that's kind of weird, but makes sense. I mean, because you want the 10s and 20s and 20 longs at the $1 per gallon, and then if you get the 29, I think those are like $45 normally. So yeah, that sounds about right. I don't know if ours does that at the bigger ones. Are not here. I've only ever bought the 10s and the 20 longs just because those are perfect tanks. So Jim Foolery says, I think 2 pea puffers will cohabitate with the Hebrasis cories in a well-planted tank. I've heard yes, and I've heard no. It really depends. I mean, the fish is all that can really decide if they want to live with something else or not. What you can do, more than likely, Jim, I would say yes, but you never know. Fish do definitely have personalities, and your pea puffers could be angry little buddies, and they could want to eat everything. So you never know. But with the heavily planted tank, your cories can get away from them. Cories are pretty hard fish, and pea puffers tend to not really go after anything that size. Like if they're a bigger one, they won't go after that size. So. Well Done Tank said the same thing. That is a hot debate. Me personally, I have kept pea puffers with a betta and cory cat shrimp in the kitchen sink and never had an issue. Exactly. So, I mean, it just depends on your fish. Some people have some really aggressive ones and some people don't. Luckily, mine are not very aggressive at all. So I really am happy about that. Well Done Tank says that is how a lot of our $1 per gallon sales work as well. Okay, so yeah, so it's 50% over the 29 to the 55s. Jesse James says, my shrimp took a walk in the living room. He is fast too. What was it, an Amano shrimp, Jesse James? Because I have had some Amano shrimp just jump and run. They are crazy. Cherry shrimp, not so much. Cherry shrimp kind of just ball up and then you can pick them up and put them back in the tank. But the Amano shrimp, they will cruise. They will cruise. So let me, since we've made it to the bottom of the chat, first of all, I just want to thank everyone for coming in today. You guys are all awesome. We hit 745 subscribers this morning, which is incredible. I cannot thank you guys enough. I will be hitting my 1-year mark in the hobby come like, I think in the next couple of weeks. So I will hopefully be putting out a video on that. Just kind of a process of where I started and where I'm at now. Just really, really, really cool that you guys are supporting the channel and supporting me and hanging out with me on a Sunday morning. There's 23 of you guys watching me just ramble on. It is just really cool. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys so much, guys and gals so much. The fish fam is so strong, and I love it. Very, very supportive group, and I think if anyone wanted to do anything, they could reach out to anyone in the chat here, and there will be lots of really great answers. And if there's something wrong, you know, someone will bring out some constructive criticism, and I just really do love that from everyone in the fish fam world. So much appreciated, all of you guys. That was just my quick little thank you to all of you. But kind of onto different topics. Today is the last day to enter into Project Posilia. So if you have not entered and already, go do so. So Project Posilia is a project that Fish Room Fever and River Life and Chattanooga Ed and the Zen Ginger and a few other people have started up. And I am going to be sponsoring one of those categories, which is the Best in Show. And what the project is you need to take a photo or a video or some artwork or a dance or whatever. It looks like Well Done Tanks put the link for Project Posilia. Thanks, Trent. So you go in, you post a picture, use hashtag Posilia entry on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and then we will all as judges who have been chosen as judges will go through and choose our favorites and give people points. And we're going to kind of do it Olympic style. So we'll grade someone's post, like a 0 to a 10. And then like the higher points will, of course, win the categories. But that's kind of the goal. But we want as many people to enter in as possible. So if you guys have not entered in yet, please go do so. It is an awesome, awesome program. I am having a blast looking at some of these pictures that people are posting and some of the videos. There are fish that I have not seen in forever, or that some people have not seen ever, which is really cool. So it's just really awesome to kind of spread that love of the guppy, molly, and endler community. I would say, spread the guppy love, as I've been saying in my videos. So if you guys haven't, go definitely do that. It is really awesome. It's been really fun to deal with a lot of those people and see everything that people have in their fish rooms. It's just really cool to see what people like, what people don't like. It's just been really fun, and I really am having a blast. Fish Room Fever says, hashtag I take bribes. He does not take bribes, but if you want to donate to his channel when he's doing one of his live streams, go ahead and do that, because he has some awesome stuff, and he's an incredible guy. Chevy Fish says, thanks for the streams. Thought my notifications were on. I didn't get notified. I just happened to be checking the community page. Awesome, Chevy Fish. I appreciate you showing up. Yeah, YouTube's been kind of strange lately with notifying people, but we still have 24 people in here right now. So that means we have some pretty good people, or either remember that the stream is on a Sunday morning, or that, YouTube did send out some, which is great. Jim Fury says, so now I'll have to go get 2 new tanks in case I need to separate the puffers and cories quickly. My first $1 per gallon tank we hooked up now is running into money. Clever Polly Petco. Yep, Petco is pretty smart with the $1 per gallon, because it's not only the $1 per gallon stuff. You need to buy the lid and the light and the filter. So they end up making their money back on the $1 per gallon over the long run. So definitely smart of them to do that for sure. Select Pet put in the Fish Room Fevers channel as well. So definitely go check him out. There's just some incredible, incredible people that I've been lucky enough to become friends with through the hobby. And that's another incredible, incredible thing that I just am so thankful for, is just the people that the community has brought into my life. It's been very humbling and supportive, and I feel very blessed, is all I want to say. I just feel very blessed with the people that who I've surrounded myself with, and who have decided to, reach out to me and become friends with me, and vice versa. It's just really been, it's been really awesome. I didn't think that I would be considered a YouTube personality, and I didn't think I was yet. But then I went to my local aquarium club auction the other day. We were all wearing masks and distancing, and just in case anyone was wondering. And one of the guys who was at the auction came up, and he goes, "Oh my gosh, Guppy Guru in the flesh. I love your videos." And I was like, okay, wow, that is crazy. Just mind blown. At that point, I was like, okay, well, that's really cool and strange. And it was just really cool to be able to see that in person. Cause I know all of you guys online, and it's really great talking with every one of you online, but seeing someone in person is just a completely different experience. And it was just really, really awesome. But I love each and every one of you guys so much. I hope you guys understand that, and that, because I wouldn't be here if, doing these live streams and everything if it weren't for all of you watching. So much appreciated. Much love to all of you. So back to the chat here. Jesse James, it's a fun hobby. It is for sure a fun hobby. Lance Jones says, I like all the fish that have been posted. I also want to buy some from others that posted pics of their guppies. Yeah, for sure, Lance. There have been some really incredible fish that have come up. It definitely makes you want to buy everything you see, which I have that problem when I see something, or when someone's like, "Ooh, I really want this." I go and I dig, and then I find it, and then I buy it, and I have a problem. I probably need to get an intervention here pretty soon. So if anyone knows anyone who wants to do an intervention on me, that would be great. We can live stream the intervention. I think that would be a blast. I'm pretty sure that my whole family would join in on that because they think the same way as me, that I have a problem. No, I'm just kidding. It's awesome. I love this hobby. My family, very, very supportive. My fiance is extremely supportive of me. She did tell me, though, that I am going overboard and I need to slow it down. So I am. So everything that I am working on right now is going to be finished. And then I will move on to new projects once we sell some more stuff and make some more space. So until then, everything's kind of on hold as far as new fish coming in. Dragon Lair says, Jim Foolery, I live in a college town, lots of free tanks. Setting by the street here before garbage day, mostly 10 gallons, but free. That is awesome, Dragon Lair. I have never gone up by the University of Utah to see if there's any free tanks up there. I'm sure there would be, but yeah, that could be an option here. I'll have to go check. Well Done Tank says, now you know how I feel when you walked up to me at the auction. Yeah, exactly, man. It was really cool. I'm glad I did walk up to you, Trent, and give you that sticker, because it definitely made a great friendship, and I appreciate you, man. Select Pet says, catches you off guard, doesn't it, Guppy Guru? Getting recognized the first time. It definitely does. It definitely does. I mean, I was wearing my Guppy Guru shirt, which I always, wear something, that's fish related. Like today, I'm wearing the Seize the Carp shirt. So, that's kind of another one that I wear. But yeah, it was really awesome. And if I wasn't wearing the shirt, he probably wouldn't have recognized me because I did have my face mask and everything on. So I'm glad I was wearing the shirt so that I could meet him. Well Done Tank says, let's get those likes up. 26 watching and 21 likes right now. That would be awesome if you guys could hit that like button, smash it, punch it, kick it, whatever you guys want to do. Just make sure you don't break your stuff when you're doing it. Guppy Boy says, you guys can also get tanks from OfferUp. It's an app like Craigslist. You can get tanks on that app. Yeah, Guppy Boy, I have gone on OfferUp before, and Utah doesn't really have the best OfferUp page. We have KSL here, which is a local news station, who has a classified ad section, and that is always the best place here in Utah to get that kind of stuff. Facebook Marketplace is pretty good too, but OfferUp just doesn't have the draw yet, and I don't know if it will because we have such a great local ad system. Streetwise, a mock intervention would be fun, especially if you got dragged to an even bigger fish room. Yeah, that would be interesting to do a fun play on an intervention. And I don't know if I could get a bigger fish room since I am using a 20 by 15 garage for my fish room right now. So pretty big room. The only way I would get a bigger fish room is if we ended up moving, which is a possibility in the next 5-6 years. And in the next house, I'm trying to maybe find a separate garage or an unfinished basement or something that I can just kind of hijack as my fish room, and do a auto water change system and a kind of like Trent's doing with his fish room, auto water change system and a circulating air system and all sorts of stuff. So that's kind of the goal in the long run, but right now we'll just be happy with what we've got, and I am extremely happy with what I've got. Well Done Tank says, got you beat, 8x7 fish room. So Trent's fish room is very small but very, very well designed. So the rack that I have here, he has in there, and now he just bought another one, so he has 2 of these. So he will have the ability to put 24 tanks if he wants to. I know he's going to do some less than that because he's got some other ideas for some bigger tank sizes. But he's going to be pushing some pretty good numbers of fish and some pretty good numbers of tanks in that fish room. So for the size, pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Good morning, Anthony's Fishy Friends. Good to see you, buddy. Dragon Lair says, thanks, Guppy boy. Just found a 55 for $50, 7 miles from me on off-road. Awesome, Dragon Lair. There you go. That's really cool. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the way we need to do it. You know, save the money. If you can save $20, $15, $5, $2 here and there, it pays off in the long run because that's just money you can put back into your room or into new fish. So definitely really cool if you can find a great deal. Well then, Tanks put up the link for the best rack. I don't know if that is my video or yours, but needless, they're both the same rack, and it is awesome that he ended up going with the same one that I use. So Down the Wormhole says, nice, Dragon. Yeah, that is really cool that you were able to get that for that price. That's awesome. There's a 55 acrylic in my area right now on KSL that someone's trying to sell for $100. And I actually think it was my brother's who he sold to that guy, and now that guy's trying to sell it again. So kind of funny how that works sometimes, where a tank gets purchased and then they try to resell it, and then it's like less than they bought for it, and it's interesting, but it's still cool because, you know, it just spreads more of the hobby around and the connections around as well too. Let me think what else I've got going on in here. So we are down to 5 male bettas and I think 2 females, and the 2 females I have are staying here. They are not going anywhere. They are in my fiance's 30-gallon bow front tank. So those are staying. Those are part of the family. And then one of the 5 bettas that I have at the moment is going to my mother. We are going to be setting up a tank, which I'm super excited about doing with her. She has not had a tank since we were kids. So I'm really excited to set that up with her. We got her one of the Marine Land 5-gallon all-in-ones. I got it from Facebook Marketplace. I got the 5-gallon for, I think it was $40, which is a great deal. I bought new ones on Amazon during Cyber Monday. I think I paid $45 for them. But this guy had one brand new in the box still for $40. So I went and bought it from him, which is really awesome. So that'll be for my mother. And then I've got a 3-gallon Marine Land, which I think I am going to end up scaping and taking to my office just because I need a fish tank there. You know, I've got the space on my desk. I made some space, and I think it's time I finally get a tank on my desk. Just to give me some kind of zen while I'm at the office. I think I definitely need it there. So I don't know if I'm going to do shrimp or what, but I'm probably going to end up just doing a shrimp tank because it is 3 gallons. I don't really want to put a betta just because 3 gallons kind of pushing it. But I think shrimp would do really good in a 3-gallon. Dragon Lair says, well, no car, so got to find a friend with a truck to go get it. Yeah, so I've got a Ford F-150, so that is not a problem for me ever to get any tank. I actually put the 75-gallon behind me in my back seat of my truck and then carried it all inside by myself, which is really cool. But I'm really glad that I did do the 75. I mean, that's enough room for another rack, but I really like having a large planted tank. It just is so peaceful and calming and beautiful. So if you guys have the space, definitely do a larger planted tank. These are all super easy plants. So we've got Java moss, we've got the jungle val, we've got spiral val. I think there was Pogostemma stellatus octopus, but that ended up floating every time because the pleco would hit it out. So I ended up moving that to a different tank. But definitely a really beautiful tank to have just sitting in the middle, kind of the centerpiece, if you will. Jim Foolery says, anybody else have any anti-aquarium clause in the lease or condo rules? If you're new to the hobby, be sure to check. Luckily, I'm moving as soon as things open up again. I have not rented really ever from like someone who's really made me sign a lease or anything. And I currently own my home, which is great. But yeah, that is, definitely a thing that people will definitely have to check for. My stepdad runs a few like rental properties, and that is one of the clauses under his contracts. And that is because he did have one tenant at one point who had I want to say 100, 110, somewhere around in there, and it burst and destroyed all the floors. And since it wasn't in the clause, there was nothing he could really do about it. So they just kept the security deposit and fixed the floors, but he was still out a lot of money. So I understand why, people who rent definitely do put that clause in their leases. But definitely check it out before you sign anything. Definitely want to make sure. Well Done Tank says, reason why I am keeping the 60 cube instead of setting up breeding tanks for the discus, wanted a larger planted tank. Exactly, Trent. Yeah, that's something that I'm glad you kept. That 60 cube is an awesome tank, and it is going to look absolutely beautiful with all that wood from Houston Manzanita in it. I'm excited to see it all done with the discus. Also, Trent, I was talking with the president, Mike, of the Greater Salt Lake Aquarium Society, and he said that he has also bred discus in hard water. So that is really cool. I'm excited to watch you breed those. Well Done Tank says the same thing. Kind of, he hasn't rented too much ever. So Well Done Tank says, when my first 220-gallon broke, it caused more than 500 in damages to my basement. So I can only imagine what it would do in level housing. Exactly. Yeah, if you could imagine like 220 gallons of water just dripping through the ceiling, that would not be fun, because that would not just be one apartment, that would be many multiple apartments, which is not cool. Dragonlair says, well, I'm going to need a bigger tank for my Labortropheus Fulburni. Man, there are some crazy Latin names. Soon. The quad is growing and only in a 29 right now. That is actually not a horrible size tank, but definitely going to need a bigger one, because I do know that the Labortropheus definitely get large. So maybe wait until July. You can get 55 or something, or see if you can find that tank that you just found on OfferUp. That's a pretty good deal there too. So like I said, of course, I've got nothing ever to talk about, but it's just fun to talk. So I did make a huge change last night in the fish room. I am now running a single air pump, one air pump for the entire fish room here. Super excited about it. I am running the Aquarium Co-op linear piston air pump to a 2-inch PVC pipe. And then I'm using the Aquarium Co-op like metal air valves that you can get for $5, I think, on the website. So super awesome air pump. You can not even hear it anymore. It is dead silent. The only thing you can hear now is the bubbles from the fish tank, which is absolutely incredible, mind-blowing, how much like noise has gone out of the fish room. I think I'm going to also be saving so much in electricity, which is going to be even better because that's more money for the fish room. So I'm trying to, so right now we're running, let's see, 15, so 12, 17, 26 tanks on the air pump, and it is doing great. Actually more air pushed through here than when I had the top fin, the 4-port China air pump, and the Active Aqua. There's more air running through here for sure. So I want to thank the co-op for sending Trent the air pump, making me kind of fall in love with it, with how quiet it was, and then I ended up getting it. So super cool of them to carry something as awesome as that air pump. Good to see you, Alice. Welcome. Thank you for coming. Well Done Tanks put in the link for Houston Manzanita. Definitely go check out Adam's website. He's got some awesome hardscape materials for sure. Sharon Miller, Trent, my first platinum rice fish with eggs. That's awesome, Sharon. That is so cool. I'm really excited for when Trent gets all of his rice fish breeding enough to where I can maybe try my hand at a few of them. But we will see. You know, you never know. Right now I don't have any room for them. I do have a few fish coming from Bay Area Aquatics, which I'm super excited about, but I am out of space, which I never thought I would say, but I am out of space. Well Done Tanks put the link for the air pump if you want to go check it out. Awesome air pump. I would definitely recommend it. Dragonlair says, I got that pump too. Love it. Yes, Dragonlair, it is awesome. The co-op definitely like carries the best products. They don't skimp on anything. Whatever they carry, you can really, they stand behind, which is awesome. Sharon Miller says, Trent, I hope I get babies and not just eggs. I'm sure you'll get babies, Sharon. They are a cute little fish when they're born. They are teeny tiny little things. So super excited for you to get some of those. M&L, good morning. Let's see. Good morning, Guppy Guru. First time on your channel. Congrats on the 1 year in the hobby. I appreciate that, M&L. That is really cool. I do also have some goldfish, which is really cool as well. So I've got 2 ranchus. I did buy 3. One of them ended up having flukes. I tried to treat it, and he just got worse and worse and ended up passing on me, which does happen, unfortunately. But that is why you make sure you medicate fish when they come in. So the other 2 are doing awesome. But I have ranchus in with some Variatus platies, and they're doing great. I think the water temperature is at 62, 63, somewhere around there. And they are all doing awesome together. Well Done Tank says, Sharon, keep an eye on the corners of the tank right at the surface. Usually see the fry hanging out there. Yeah, see, that's a great little tip there. I'm really excited for Trent to have his whole rice rack set up where he can like really show breeding rice fish and all of that, because it's going to be really awesome. Jim Fuller says, I need to switch to an aquarium co-op sponge filter. My current one takes an air stone. It makes big noisy bubbles. So actually, Jim Foolery, so the coop air, the coop sponge. So I've got one sitting somewhere. They're all over. They're in every single one of these tanks. And then I've got them up, and I'm going to be transferring all of them into there too. But you definitely going to want to get like a Zis air stone to go along with them, so that you can make those bubbles finer, because it definitely helps a lot with the oxygenation and the noise from the bubbles. But absolutely love the coop sponges. They are awesome. I love the core sponge. I don't ever really have to clean them out, and when I do, it's super easy. And I like how they sink to the bottom, so you don't get like the suction cups coming off, and then the sponge like flipping up to the top and making weird noises and all sorts of weird stuff. So Sand Creek Aquatics, good to see you, buddy. Glad you made it. Sharon Miller says, Peter, when you have new tanks. So Sharon, I'm guessing you're talking about when I get new tanks, I can put more fish in there. Yes, I'm sure I will. The goal at some point is to actually move the substrate tank, where I did the video of the which substrate is best. So I did sand, aquarium gravel, and then the Eco Complete. And right now it's actually looking like sand is growing the dwarf hairgrass the best, which is mind-blowing to me, but absolutely incredible. So I'm going to end up moving that over to the CARES rack, I bet. And then I'm going to be putting, I think I can fit 2 or 3 10-gallons right there. So that'll give me some more space for some more breeding. But I'm really liking having this 20 long be my mutt tank. The mutts are doing great in there. They absolutely love it. I've got probably 50 in there right now. And they're doing really great. I actually ended up, because I overbuy like I always do, I ended up having to move my lava guppies out of the tank. I was trying to get them to, breed to what I wanted. And I overbought and I needed a tank. So I ended up having to pull the lava guppies out and I put them in the mutt tank. So I do not have the lava guppies going anymore, which is totally fine because I have absolutely incredible fish in that tank now. And that is the fish from HC Aqua, which that video will be coming out in probably 2 weeks. So be sure to check that out when it comes out. But I needed that tank because these fish are ones that I've wanted and I absolutely love. So super excited about that. Let's see what else we've got going in the chat here. We got Sand Creek Aquatics. Let's get this guy as close as we can for all of his hard work. I appreciate that, Sand Creek. Much appreciated. We are almost to, we're at 745 right now on the subscriber count. And then as far as watch hours go, I think we are pretty dang close. I think we're at like 2,000 watch hours, which is absolutely mind blowing that someone, people would watch my videos, 2,000 hours worth of it. So super excited for that because hopefully we can get to the monetized category within a year, which would be incredible. And being monetized will open up a lot more avenues, not just for me, but for you guys. I can do mobile live streams at that point. I can get some, money through YouTube. I can potentially get some sponsorships going and get you guys some more discount codes like San Francisco Bay with the freeze-dried Cyclops. So there's a lot more stuff I can work on when I get to that 1,000 mark in the monetization. And I am working on doing a 1K giveaway. So when we get closer, I will give some more details on that. But I'm just very, very, very blessed with everyone who's supported the channel thus far. And I just appreciate each and every one of you. It's really cool that there's 745 people. And I feel like those 745 people are absolutely always here, always chatting, always commenting. And it's just absolutely mind blowing. And I love all of you guys. So Dragon Lair says, hey, Nathan, well done. Tank says, Sand Creek Aquatics, thank you. We are working to get him to that 1K subs. Peter does some incredible work for this hobby, especially with his plans for Cares Fish. Yeah, the Cares is really what I want to start doing. Even in just my personal life, we've changed a lot of things around. We are no longer using Ziploc bags. We're no longer using saran wrap. We're trying to use only reusable bags, but with all the COVID stuff going on, you can't take a reusable bag into the grocery store. So that's just another thing that we can't do to, help out. We are recycling as much as we possibly can. And then if you follow me on Instagram, you will notice that I am now trying to figure out a new way to ship fish so that all of the packaging from the shipment can be reused. So the last 2 shipments I did, I actually filled the boxes with polyfill because I wanted the packing material so it's not like blown in insulation where it just goes back in the trash, or foam, because I like foam. It is a great insulator, and in the winter I will end up using foam no matter what because it's just the best for insulation purposes. But for summertime, I'm going to be using polyfill. Just because then you can take the polyfill from the box and use it in your filters. So that's just another way we can, make a little bit less of an impact on our environment. Going to Haiti and seeing the environment there definitely kind of changed a lot of my views towards our impact and how much of it we have on the fish ecosystem and just our whole world in general. Also, if you guys haven't, go check out 4Ocean on Instagram. They are an incredible company. They're in Bali and Haiti and a bunch of other places across the the island, the Virgin Island area there, and down into Indonesia and stuff. And they definitely help out the environment. And they are an awesome group. I definitely support them. I wear their bracelets. So I have a monthly subscription to them, and they send a new bracelet every month. And what that does is that removes 1 pound of garbage from a beach somewhere in the world, which I absolutely love. So let's see what else we've got going in here. Sharon Miller says, I have sand in all my tanks and I need to trim plants. They are doing so well. Easy green and root tabs. Yeah, I mean, for sand, it was like, I think I did the math on it. It was like 12 cents per pound or some crazy number. Absolutely incredible deal. And I used Easy Green as well, and it's still doing awesome. So, yep, sand is a great option if you don't want to spend a whole lot of money for a substrate. Chevy Fish, I do have affiliate links in most of my videos. Let me see if I can actually get my affiliate link on here so that you guys can use that if you want to buy anything off of Amazon. So let me see here if I can get that. I'm never really sure, you know, where to go. Let's see. Here we go. To get that, I think that's it. I'm not sure. It came off of my little thing at the top of the Amazon page. So if you want to buy something that, you know, definitely helps. I think I've made like 8 cents over the last year having the Amazon affiliate links. So, I mean, it didn't do much for me. It just added it to my Amazon account, which I use to buy more stuff. So that was cool. But we are hitting the 10 a.m. mark my time, and that means that Dia is starting here in about 1 minute. So why don't we all jump over to Down the Wormhole stream, give her some love. Be sure to do hashtag Guppy Guru or hashtag Guppy. Oh, actually, like I said last time, I'm going to say it the exact same way. Let's do hashtag Guppy Gang. So Guppy Gang. Let me put that in here. Guppy Gang. And let's spam her when we all jump over there and say good morning to her as well. Always awesome to have each and every one of you guys in the stream on a Sunday morning. I appreciate each and every one of you guys so much. And remember, I'm going to try my new tagline again here. We'll see if it works. And I'm still working on it. Takes me a little bit of time, but I'm still working on it. So remember to spread that guppy love, and we'll see you on the next one. Have a great day.